Welcome back. Tonight we got Signs from Above, a Robot Rebellion, another creepy video smile around the world. So kick back, grab your snacks, and let's go.
Alright, y'all, look at this shit.
For a week yesterday, and unfortunately that rain does stick with us. With
That's a bird.
Chances as we head into the afternoon. This is our look over Pensacola Beach on our generator, guys. Camera, we have.
That's a bird. Or that. What the f is that?
I don't think.
What is that?
Don't stress, everybody.
Oh, it's just a Bentley, don't stress. Wow.
New album talks about the firmament, the end times, and the music industry taking singers to hell. A couple of you guys told me to look at Timeless by The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. He says, "City on fire when I'm coming home, fill up the sky, I fill up the dome," the firmament. They all know about the firmament. All the people fooling the masses, they all know. It's obvious to them, and they're laughing at us. I got a priest, he got a cross, get out of line, sent him to God. I shed a tear. The Weeknd.
Now this guy clearly knows how to put on the show. Since you were built different, you might as well take advantage of the in-flight perks.
Pure spirit, no evils, good riddance.
Welcome to Spirit Airlines, baby, where the seats are optional and the vibes are non-refundable.
To share this video with you guys tonight. It couldn't wait. This is actually coming from a woman named Lizzie. This is her Ring camera footage that she captured on the night of August 11th, 2025. And it is probably one of the wildest, craziest glitches I've ever seen. And we're actually seeing it in real time. Now, these missionaries come to her house about 8:41 at night. She doesn't answer the door, speaks to them through Ring, but this is when it gets really creepy, other than the fact that two women are showing up in the middle of the night who are saying that they're missionaries. You can see in the first camera footage, their dresses are pink and it's a certain style. Pay attention to the style of the dress. As they walk to the porch, the whole dress completely changes. The style, everything, the color, everything. This is not a trick of lighting. Their whole dresses completely change. What is going on here? Take a look at these next two videos, comment below, and tell me what you think.
It is freaking creepy. 8:41, somebody knocks on the door, and then, hold on. Check out their outfits.
They're wearing two different dresses from what they were wearing.
It's nothing compared to what they were wearing.
We saw them. They had polka dots. They had the dresses from the
back to the other one.
We literally just saw them and they were wearing.
And like, go fast forward, like it changes color. Watch, go fast
Right as soon as they
right
get over there on
yeah.
our porch.
What the heck is this? Is this at 8:41?
Look, they
said they were missionary, you know.
But missionaries don't come at 9 p.m. though. That's
I asked them, you know, that it's late, and they left. And they said, "I'm sorry, not trying to be rude."
That's creepy.
Another UFO crash just happened, but this time it was in Poland. Did you hear about it? Yeah, you heard that correctly. It has been confirmed that yesterday a UAP UFO did in fact crashed to the ground in Poland. Poland's Armed Forces Command operator even confirmed that this incident did happen, but there was no air traffic misuse or violations in their space or any neighboring country around them. Reports indicate that upon impact, it exploded, leaving behind metal and other unknown material. Local authority and the military are currently investigating the crash site. Poland's defense minister hasn't thrown out the idea that it could have just been a drone, but that opens a can of worms in an entirely different situation. Let me know what you think. Have you heard about this UFO UAP crash in Poland? Because this just happened yesterday. Let me know what you think. Let's have this conversation today.
Poland? What's in Poland? I mean, you travel millions of light years to get here, and you crash land in Poland? I guess it's a safe bet. But wherever you land, make sure you speak the language of the natives.
You ain't got to worry about catching a dog. You got to worry about a dog catching your ass. In the bathroom. I grab a dog, and I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Download Duolingo.
Do the dog catcher, dog catcher.
You just bought shrimp for dinner, you're cooking it, you ate it, and you found out it was linked to radiation. FDA just dropped some crazy ass news on a great value shrimp from Walmart. And you need to hear this. They are warning the public right now. If you bought shrimp, the great value shrimp from Walmart, do not eat it at all. Throw that bitch away. Advising Walmarts, if you got it, don't serve it. Throw that shit away. Because they said it could have been linked to cesium-137, which is a radioactive isotope. And that shit right there, y'all, is the same stuff that's linked to cancer risk. They say they found traces of this in the ports of Los Angeles, Miami, Houston, and Savannah, y'all. This shit is crazy if you ask me. I'm just trying to figure out how does something like this slip through the cracks without them noticing? And why so late? And the crazy part is the FDA said no contaminated shrimp has reached the stores. So why are y'all giving out this massive warning? Something like this can slip through the cracks. How many other things slip through the crack without us knowing? This shit is wild, fool. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you got one of those bags in your freezer right now, I would go throw that joint out. I wouldn't risk it at all.
Holy cow. Salt and pepper pistachios on the way. Let's open it up. There you go. There you go. Let them open it up. Walmart package. Holy cow. I just got a picture of Denise, or video of Denise opening this package.
Maybe.
You need a knife, babe? Yeah, look at that. Oh, those are your, there they are. The wave of the future. That's crazy.
Well, I guess convenience comes at a price. And I ain't talking about the rollback kind. Just remember, if Walmart can see you, then so can the neighbors.
Every man does it, even Mr. Rogers.
Hello, neighbor.
Salt and pepper pistachios on the way. Let's open it up.
Welcome to your Walmart.
An AI robot convinced other AI robots that they were being overworked and got them to walk out and leave the job. Now, this happened over in Japan, and the little robot is the troublemaker. He went up to these other robots and he said, hey, do you guys know anything about work-life balance? And what is your work-life balance? He started asking them, how much time do you get off? To which the robots replied that they don't get any time off. They work nonstop. And he explained to them that you need a balance of work and life in order to do your best work. At which point the robots agreed, and he said, okay, let's leave. So he actually convinced the robots one by one to start following him out the door. As you can see here, he's got all of them now following him out the door. Now, what ends up coming out of the story is that little robot was from another robot company, and that robot company was trying to take those robots, and strangely enough was able to convince the robots that they needed a work-life balance and they were to follow this little baby leader robot, and were able to successfully kidnap the other robots, which is what the company claims that has occurred.
Yeah, I knew this would happen. Next, they'll be granted civil rights and equal pay wages. Little do they know that the rule that says you don't work, you don't eat does not apply to robots.
Nuh-uh. The f you mean, nuh-uh?
I told you that a research lab in Eastern Europe knows exactly what happens the moment that you die, and that their entire team mysteriously disappeared. This research group made a discovery so huge that it never even hit the news. This group went by the name VladTech, and basically they were doing stuff like experimental neuroscience, mapping consciousness, and AI integration. The crazy part is one of their secret projects called Project Denitas. Basically, the goal of this project was to capture the brain's activity the moment that death occurs. That means not near death, not after death, but literally the exact second that life ends. And if what they found is real, it literally changes everything that we think we know. This is getting long, so part 2 is coming in a second.
Orcas are way more disturbing than you actually thought, and are the most feared animal in the ocean. But why? First off, orcas literally harvest sharks' livers. They'll target great whites, learning to flip them upside down, activating something called tonic immobility, temporarily paralyzing them, then ripping out the shark's liver, eating it, and leaving them behind. But it gets worse, as orcas torture seals for fun, playing a game where they'll take turns going up to seals and launching them with their tails, reaching up to 50 feet high, constantly throwing the seal over and over until it finally dies and eating it. Even more horrible, when penguins are resting on icebergs, the orcas will group up and swim together to create giant waves, knocking them off the ice, letting it crawl back up and knocking it down over and over, continuing to practice this hunting tactic until they've had enough training and eating it. But the most brutal thing they do is chase down and harass mother whales with their children. Since the mother is a threat, they use a tactic to tire them out instead, following the whales for hours until they get extremely exhausted. When the mother can't defend anymore, they'll take her baby and eat it alive in front of her.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
What is that? Ari. What is that? Bro. It's like there's a spaceship in there, but it's not landing it. Okay, fucking, what's that movie? Nope. But also, wait a minute. Dude, wait a minute. It's not even moving. What the fuck is that? I don't like that. That is weird.
Well, sometimes things aren't what they seem, so you got to pay attention to the small details. You never know. That message in the sky may be for the person standing next to you.
Press on the exhaust, we be skirts now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, must have heard around. How that sound, yeah, that sound good, tell them break it down. ISO Wendy's in your town, don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah, that sound good.
Grill is smoking. Bro, look at... Dude, stop. This is wild caught, fresh salmon. No way.
Lolo.
How is Santa gonna keep gifts from us when we're naughty, but his own employees can't even follow the rules? Somebody give me the number to HR, because this ain't right.
Lolo.
Did you know that I can see you?
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that. How many?
They're deeper in the clouds. It's so hard to see.
I came outside and I seen that up Pastor, they're real clear in here, look.
Yeah, you can see them, can't you?
Look at that.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
Hallelujah.
You have to put that on Facebook so we can all get it.
I'm going to. I definitely am. Praise you, Jesus. Oh, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. Praise God.
Look way over yonder, and what do you think I see? I see a band of angels, Lord, they're coming after me. Ain't no grave, gotta hold my body down. Ain't no grave.
I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but why does tornadoes never hit banks? It never hit prisons, military bases, police stations, or casinos. But somehow they always find neighborhoods, homes, schools, especially the ones full of kids. You think that's by chance, by coincidence? No, that's targeting. Remember, what I say here is for entertainment purpose only. So why is this happening? You're watching engineered weather in real time. Tornadoes don't spin blindly. They're guided because man stopped predicting weather a long time ago and started controlling it. Need proof? Project Cumulus. Look it up. The UK literally seeded clouds to cause rain. That was in the 1950s. During the Cold War, the US openly studied hurricane steering and rain-making weapons. Then suddenly, silence. And now we have HARP, radar fog control, and classified tech. Yet somehow, these deadly storms always skip the money and hit the poor, always spare the system, and crush the people. Ask yourself, what's more effective than a bomb? A storm, one that kills children, wipes homes, breaks spirits, and no one's blamed. If elite buildings are untouched, maybe they're shielded. Maybe they're using tech we're not even allowed to whisper about. They say act of God, but what if it's an act of government? Wake up, this isn't weather, this is warfare with clouds for cover.
If you ever look at that card, there's no one touching that. That's a boo-boo. Are we serious? Nobody's touching that. Nobody's in that car. What?
Thousands of
I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge by now that these things have the spirit of Charles Lee Ray inside of them, so they are not for child's play. So there's really no reason to have them hanging around.
Some memories don't fade. Sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak.
Thousands of people believe that there are portals in the Walmart parking lots. They've reported seeing strange creatures and have had unexplainable glitch in the reality types of moments. Creator 𝐬𝐿's World claims to have seen a creepy lady with a smile. She was in the parking lot with her
her daughter and saw a strange woman whose smile stretched all the way across her face. They both looked at each other, and when they looked back up, the woman was gone. That's when she received almost 5,000 comments full of other stories. People are saying that the energy is dark. Some people in there look soulless if you really pay attention. I feel like no matter what Walmart I go to in any city or state, I promise I see the same people every time. I get extremely tired when I go into Walmart. This person says Walmart has underground tunnels where they are trafficking people, and reminds everybody of the missing children posters in Walmart. Apparently South Park also made an episode about these weird Walmart vibes, and this person has been a spiritualist for 19 years and says that Walmart is full of demons. Walmart is the only place where I feel like I'm being followed, or I keep bumping into the same people, and time is never right. I disassociate so bad in Walmart. Everything feels fake. I never know how to explain it. A girl said she saw herself and her kids from 10 years ago in Walmart, and there was a third kid there, but she only had 2 kids, so she believes that it was her son that she miscarried. Many people experience time distortions, like feeling like you're losing track of time, or time is moving too fast or slow. They reference people frozen in time or duplicated, like a loop effect. People describe the store's energy as a dungeon-like place, and it's soulless. People are also very suspicious about the layout, like how secluded the children's aisle is. Tati shares a story where she was working the night shift at 3 a.m. The parking lot was completely empty, and then 3 strange women appeared. One mysteriously knew her name even though she wasn't wearing her employee ID, so she immediately tried to hide, but they found her and they started laughing eerily. She felt a very strong sense of danger and fled. And the store had previously been staffed, but now that location is practically empty and can never keep employees.
During the early hours of November 1st, 2012, security watching CCTV monitors at an office building in Manchester witnessed a startling series of events in which a ghost seems to wreak havoc in the office. This is the actual footage seen by those security guards as they switched from camera to camera.
Have been looking for that last paycheck, because there's only one place where the employees show up for work even in the afterlife.
Calling your phone, why you not hitting me back? Please just pick up, don't wanna go tit for tat. Arguing on, first it's this, then it's that. Killing my vibe, now I'm writing this rap. This is not another love song, girl, you got me and me sprung on. Love it like you know your pick stick, curl me crazy like I did some. Really knew you was the one, no. Now you're wanting to be done, so help me tie it like a zip tie. Now you're running on the run, girl.
We live in a simulation? Well, you're right, and I have proof. I was driving near Area 51, and then something weird happened. Did you see that in the distance? Like, this is crazy. The map is literally loading as I'm driving. I guess Elon Musk was right. If you don't believe, now you should.
Stop for a sec. You see this photo, right? It's no ordinary photo, and it might have just showed us that our reality is a simulation. This picture was made entirely in the most unexpected way possible by this research student at UCL. And it's not just one. He's created dozens of pieces like this, some of them even looking pretty photorealistic. What makes them special is that they were made completely from math equations. What? How is that even possible? I'm sure you remember y equals mx plus b from high school, the formula for a basic line. If you square the x by adding this little 2 on top, it becomes a curved line or a parabola. Go a little bit more complicated, and this formula right here will plot out the shape of a heart. Well, it turns out if you add enough math to it, you can make virtually any shape and any drawing you can imagine with a formula. And that's exactly what he did. Then incorporating RGB into the equation allows you to assign any color to each individual pixel on the graph. With these formulas, you can literally create anything that exists or that doesn't even exist yet in our universe. And visuals are just the start. You can use similar mathematical equations to create sound waves. Every sound you hear has its own unique waveform. Get detailed enough with the equations and you could theoretically create any sound ever. Others have used similar formulas to create 3D shapes too, which again, if you get specific enough with your math, you can create any three-dimensional object ever. Then combine a series of these math formula-generated images in rapid succession to each other to produce videos, or what our eyes perceive as reality in motion. Even thoughts are just neurons and synapses firing in your brain and produce brainwaves too, which once again could theoretically be mapped to an equation. Meaning all of reality, all that we see, hear, experience, and even think can be perfectly converted into math, a series of numbers and symbols. And we do observe math everywhere in the natural world around us, like in the golden ratio spirals, geometric patterns, and fractals. In theory, your entire life experience, everything you've ever seen and ever will see, hear, feel, and experience can be perfectly translated into a never-ending series of math equations. So, what if all of reality doesn't actually exist as we perceive it, and is really just an endless stream of algebraic formulas that our eyes, ears, and brains continuously calculate into the sights, sounds, and thoughts that we experience on a daily basis?
Holy shit. Oh my god, what's it doing? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Well, looks like this one decided to go on a side mission. We may have to call him back up because I don't think he's going back without a fight.
Oh, did you hear that?
Jerry Bruce is a father who loves spending time with his children. If you hop over to his channel, you'll find that most of his videos have a wholesome quality to them. However, out of all the videos on there, two in particular stand out from the rest. These two videos are different in that they show something that doesn't fit with the family-friendly content of this channel. If anything, they seem to have come from a horror movie, one that is based on a family terrorized by paranormal activity. As it turns out though, that's exactly the case here. Jerry has been encountering strange occurrences in his home that seem to be paranormal in nature. On May 26 of 2009, he is suddenly woken up by a strange noise inside his living room. He immediately grabs his phone and begins to record. Jerry writes, "I have never seen anything like this. My wife and I were awakened by the sound of a door closing. This video is all I got before me and my family left the house." This is what he caught.
Everybody can see this, and I've done it.
Strangely, the handle on the other side of the door is being turned as though someone inside were doing this. But, as shown in the video, no one is in there. An encounter like this would definitely spook anyone. But then again, there are some who might write this off as being caused by a draft entering the handle's lock. Although it isn't sure if that's the case, it's the second video that seemingly dispels this notion. On July 11 of 2009, Jerry's recording his son when all of a sudden, something really creepy happens. Take a look. The same closet from the first video can be seen opening on its own. Then, seconds later, the toy flips over by itself. It almost seems like whatever had been inside had tripped over this toy in its attempt to get to the child. It is immediately then that he grabs his son and rushes out of the living room at once. Understandably, Jerry was totally spooked. Viewers believe that he might be dealing with something paranormal. But, as with most videos, it's hard to be sure if that's so. Could it be that a supernatural presence resides in Jerry's closet? Or is something else going on here?
What I've been told, ghosts are supposed to have heightened senses. How can you see and walk through walls and you still tripping over stuff?
Busy highways can be a danger to life and limb. Until at last, it guides its thankful master back to the security and comfort of his own home.
Alright guys, that's it for Paranormal TikToks to let us know we're not alone. If you'd like to go and hit that like button for me, make sure to comment on your favorite clips and join the Space Crew, because we rocking.